Do you know what I've just realised? I think I'm wearing the same t-shirt I was wearing during the live episode.
Which t-shirt are you wearing?
It's the Bastille one that I wore like in our very first episode. I think I wore this on the live stream.
Oh, maybe.
Well, that's not very consistent. I'm not varying my my wardrobe, mate. It's not good. I should be wearing a different t-shirt every week. Then again, it wasn't in the thumbnail last week, so maybe I can get away with it.
No, and I was going to say, I don't think Jodie Whittaker's like ever really changed her costume except once. You're fine. You're fine,
More than
mate.
Once, mate. Come on, you had different outfits in Melody
variations,
and Spyfall, and but yeah, if she can wear the same t-shirt for a whole series, maybe I can wear the same t-shirt for 2 podcast episodes.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Fine. You've put my mind at ease. Thank you very much. Should we now talk about who's going to die in the centenary special?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Let's do it. All right, roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, the show where 2 YouTubers get together and talk about Doctor Who. I'm your host, Troy, also known as Renacho Live, and with me today is the man who's got some very cool videos coming that he's given me a sneak peek to, and he's probably not going to talk about them even though I'm teasing it. It's Crispy Fro. How you doing, buddy?
I'm very, very good. How are you, Troy?
I'm good. I've seen some of your... Yeah, you sent me some of your stuff earlier. Some of your stuff, and it was very exciting, Got me feeling very buzzed about what you got coming, man. It's good.
We can tease some stuff.
You want to tease some stuff? I don't even know when you're putting the stuff out. You never actually said that, but you showed me.
I think
you showed me a video.
The idea will be. Oh my god! It might be day after this comes out, actually.
On a Sunday, a week before Power of the Doctor. No way.
Yeah, I think that was the plan for me.
That was always the plan. Yeah,
that's always the plan.
Podcast with a plan, YouTuber with a plan. I like it.
Literally. So no, a huge video coming up, and then some other supporting videos for it as well. So it's an exciting time for the Crispy Pro channel, and all I will say is there is a direct link to the Power of the Doctor, and that's all I'll say. That's all I will say.
Well, if we followed you on Instagram, we'd see that you were filming in this section. We say you filming in a
studio?
In a studio, yeah.
Yes,
studio filming. What's your Instagram? Shout it out so everyone can follow you.
It's Oscar Crisp or something like that. Oscar_Crisp or something like that.
There you go. You don't have it on speed dial. It's Oscar Crisp or maybe it's Walker's Crisp. It's something like that.
Something like that. Who knows?
Let me have a look. Let me have a look. I'll look for you. I think it's Oscar_Crisp. That's what I would have gone with.
I think it is the underscore.
But clearly, I know I'm a better friend than you are. Let's have a look. What is it? It's Oscar_Crisp. See, I knew that off the top of my head and you didn't.
Wow.
So I know you better than you know yourself, Crispy.
It's true.
I could just call you Oscar, during the recording now, but I feel like it'd be so weird. I've been so used to calling you Crispy for, 29 episodes.
Whenever we talk about Doctor Who stuff, I think I become Crispy,
You become Crispy. It's your persona.
It's like a Hannah Montana moment for me, all right? So let me have this.
That's what I always find so funny is that, on our information for, the podcast, with Troy, Red Archer Live, and Crispy Pro, yes. One's used their actual name, one's used their YouTube name, and it's always oh, okay, fair, but So, Oscar, what's going on today, then? What are we talking about?
Well, Troy, brackets Red Archer Live, we are talking about the sheer lack of promotion for the Power of the Doctor. My goodness.
I know, still
we
no
have
trailer.
nothing to talk about today. No trailer, no interviews, no premiere, nothing to talk about. So it's just a rant for an hour.
Are you sure? Because I think didn't something come out last weekend, and then something happened last night, and then there were magazines, things like that.
Oh wait, yes, no, there was an official release trailer, and they did have the premiere last night, and they have done a bunch of interviews for a bunch of different magazines. So yes, we will be diving into that, won't we, Troy?
We will, and that's why this is going to be a special episode. It's a Who's There special presentation, like Werewolf by Night was for Marvel, which we've just talked about a little bit, and I don't think we liked it as much as everyone else did. Thought it was fun, but it was... Whatever. Maybe we'll mention that in our next special episode where we talk about She-Hulk, which will be the next thing you guys hear from us after this. So that's fun.
She-Hulk!
So that'll be out. For anyone who likes the special episodes, there's only been one so far. Probably about Wednesday next week, our next special episode will go live talking about the finale of She-Hulk, or the whole series, because for us right now, we're recording on Wednesday. The episode's not out till tomorrow. And the other thing that's not out till tomorrow is the new Doctor Who magazine, so we should mention that very briefly. We know the next one is coming out tomorrow. It's called The Final Countdown. It's got interviews with Jodie, John Bishop, Mandip Gill, Chris Chibnall. It's all about the power of the Doctor. We can't touch it. There's not even been any early leaks this time. Well, I say leaks, but you know how people get it a day early sometimes.
Yeah.
I've been like frantically refreshing Twitter, and nobody's even mentioned it.
Nothing.
So maybe people haven't got it early this time. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I guess we'll soon find out. I'll do a quick scroll through and just see if there's anything new. But I don't think there is anything.
Everyone's just talking about the premiere.
Yeah, because of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the page on Panini's website has updated with the actual cover again, so that's there.
Oh, well, that's a win.
You know, because that was what was so funny. They put the cover up by accident, and then everyone started posting, and they were like, "No, take this down. We want you to take this down."
Take it down.
It's a magazine cover, bro. Not like the nuclear codes. Like you can chill a little bit. You know, like stop panicking. But
relax.
That magazine's out tomorrow, basically. So by the time the episode goes out, the magazine will be out. We're going to talk about that more next week when we do our Goodbye Jodie Whittaker episode, which is what's going to be episode 30 of the podcast. Episode 30 is saying goodbye to 13. Was it planned all along? Maybe it was. Maybe it was planned all along, like the Timeless Child was. You know, it's all part of a grand master plan. All part of a grand master plan, a spy master plan, even. The puns have already started. I'm going to hate this recording session.
As long as they're not Thanos related, I think we should be okay.
I think I've got all those out of my system, I feel like, honestly. You know, now I can finally rest and watch the sunrise on this grateful podcast.
Stop.
Did you not realise? You didn't realise till it was too late
No,
you didn't realise. So yeah, so next week is going to be talking about Goodbye Jodie Whittaker. So the Q&A this week, we already know ahead of time. We're planning. We want you to let us know your favourite thing about the Jodie Whittaker era. So via YouTube comments, the Spotify replies, or on our Twitter and Instagram at Who's There DW. Get in touch and let us know what your favourite Jodie Whittaker era moment is. If there's more than one moment, feel free to tell us that too. But we're going to basically be reflecting on the era and talking about what we loved about it. Maybe a little bit about when we didn't like as much, but you know, we're both quite positive about the era anyway, so I don't think there'll be as much of the negatives.
Overall, Troy and I definitely have our gripes, but overall,
yeah,
I think
most of them
the
centre around a four-letter word that begins with an R. So, swish.
What? Oh, Ryan. Yes.
Yep. I like how I like to say it was swish, and you just knew immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, nice little running joke.
The best quote. The best quote.
Gotta stop this now. So, let's talk about Power of the Doctor. Let's just get straight into it. And we kick off with our poll from last week. I hope it was about Power of the Doctor. It wasn't. Whoops. Okay. So, last week in our poll, we asked you what your favourite regeneration story was. So, based on what we talked about in our live episode last week, we wanted you to pick between Bad Wolf, Parting of the Ways, the Ninth Doctor's Regeneration, The End of Time for the 10th Doctor, Time of the Doctor for the 11th Doctor, and Twice Upon a Time for the 12th. So, let's go through the results, shall we? On Spotify, we got 30 votes. Out on top is Bad Wolf, Parting of the Ways, with 37% of the votes. Second place is The End of Time, with 27% of the votes. Third place is Twice Upon a Time, with 20%, so taking the bottom spot with 17% is The Time of the Doctor.
How interesting.
I can't believe Twice Upon a Time has not finished last in that poll. That has stunned me, because I know so many people just don't like that episode and find it needless. The fact that has trumped Matt's finale is wild to me. But very interesting.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
YouTube tells us a different story, though. YouTube definitely tells a different story.
Because on YouTube, coming out in first place, as it should, is The End of Time with 39%. Second place, but not by far, at 33%, is Bad Wolf, The Parting of the Ways. Third place is The Time of the Doctor with 16% of the votes, and coming up last, as I thought it would on both polls, is Twice Upon a Time, with YouTube having 12% of the vote for that episode. Out of 162 votes, which I think is our biggest poll on YouTube to this date.
It's massive.
Pretty good. Well, we are getting more subscribers, you know, we're starting to get more popular, more famous even, you might say. 683 subs right now, which is kind of crazy. Do you think we'll get to 1,000 by the end of the year? Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
Well, I was aiming smaller, but yes, let's go to 1,000.
Hey, you were the first one to say 1,000 by the end of the year. It wasn't me. You said that originally.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Maybe.
I reckon 700 by centenary for sure. And then
I hope so.
1,000 by the end of the year. If we see David Tennant in a couple of weeks, I can almost guarantee there will be traffic going towards this podcast.
Oh, it better happy. I'd like the sound of that. Speaking of what we're going to talk about, though, let's go straight into it. So, because, as we said, it's going to be slightly different. We're talking all about Power of the Doctor. It's basically all going to be a news episode, but also not, because we've got to talk about everything that's happened with the episode in the last week or so, and then discuss theories, etc. on it. Are you okay there, Crispy? You just got bored of talking?
Yeah. No, my nose. I keep on like thinking I'm gonna sneeze, so I'm like just moving my mic out of the way.
I was just watching while I was talking. I just saw him hit the mic off screen. I was like, oh, he's giving up talking for today.
No,
I'm just going to carry the podcast.
Troy, take over, mate. Take over, mate.
Bro, the levelator is going to hate you if you keep doing that. It's going to be trying to balance you while you move the mic around. You Dambo. You absolute Dambo. So yeah, we're going to talk about all the new things, and that mainly being the trailer, the press screening, and also fan theories, Q&A responses, because we got a lot of those from you guys, and that will help influence our discussion a little bit. So let's kick off with the biggest thing, the thing we were waiting for nearly 6 months now. You know, it's almost 6 months since Legends of the Sea Devils. In 5 days' time for us, for podcast listeners, Monday. So this Monday coming is 6 months since Legends of the Sea Devils. Do you feel old yet? I certainly do. So let's talk about the thing we waited for all that time, the trailer. What do you think of the trailer, Crispy?
It's bloody glorious, mate.
It's absolutely fantastic. And
it's everything I wanted.
We both did reactions to it. It wasn't just you this time. We both did trailer reactions.
Cosmic Vortex is back? Question mark?
Again. another several month gap. It's like, yeah, I'm going back to Cosmic Vortex. Then went quiet again for 4 months. Well, which by the way, I got some decent subs off there. I got like a good 15 subs. We've passed 500 subs on my Cosmic Vortex channel.
Very good.
In ye old days, it was competing with the podcast for subscribers. Not so much anymore. But that's what happens when you don't upload for 4 months. But yeah, we both did trailer reactions, and I gotta say, that trailer is very good. It's a very good trailer.
Good. It is very good. It covers a lot more ground than I thought it would, but I still have no idea what's going on.
Exactly, yeah. There was a lot said. You know, what was it? What was the quote from Enga? You know, what was it? You're saying a lot, but you're talking small. I can't remember the quote. Forget it. Forget it. My brain's just shut down, bro. It's been a weird week for me. My brain hasn't been functioning properly for the last 10 days. You know this. My brain is.
I know.
It's been soup.
I'll give you a pass, mate.
It's like the teller has had a look at my brain and turned it into soup. Soup. I've actually been playing video games all week. It's crazy, you know. I actually played games. Played Overwatch 2.
Games?
Yeah, I played Chivalry 2. Two new, well, not two new games to me. Both twos.
Wow.
And maybe I was going to make a second Doctor joke. Why am I trying to make really bad jokes? I don't know. Let's move on.
Your brain is working.
My brain
overtime.
is literally soup today. So, the thing I want to point out, I think, first in the trailer before we go into any kind of actual story beats, is the thing that I saw everyone talking about. The VFX in that trailer, the CGI and stuff, is really good.
I feel like they've been working on it for 6 months. Well, not even a year. They wrapped on it pretty much a year ago, I think.
Yeah, and that was one thing we were going to point out. There was an interview Jodie did on the breakfast show, the Zoe Ball breakfast show on radio. I think it's on Radio 2, BBC Radio 2 or Radio. It's either Radio 1 or Radio 2. But she noted in that interview that they obviously wrapped filming in October last year, which I remember, but I'd completely forgotten about. I was like, I did remember it had been a while ago, but literally 12 months ago, they wrapped on Doctor Who, and she was saying how, you know, despite it being a year, you know, she said, and I quote, "I finished filming this episode in October last year, so I've had a whole year to get my head around leaving, and I'm still not there. I'm still crying about it. I'm still clinging onto the coattail, reluctantly handing over the shoes. I've still got a couple of weeks to just, you know, enjoy the moment. I think it's a celebration of it because you're so emotional. It was amazing, but it's only a good thing to end something and be reef with it because it was such a wonderful experience." Be reef with it? Is that Sheffield slang, or am I just being an idiot?
I don't know what it is to be a reef, like the ocean.
To be reef with it. Be a Aretha Franklin? I don't know.
Aretha Franklin?
Aretha Franklin. I can't even speak. Neither of us can speak today. So yeah, a year since they wrapped and she's still not over it. So that means that a year after it airs, we still won't be over it, you know? That's how it works.
That is how it works. Those feelings will transfer directly to us. Absolutely.
Exactly. And speaking of, by the way, do you know the airing time for the episode yet in Australia? Has that been revealed at all?
Oh, that's a really, really good question,
I did feel like
actually.
A good thing to mention as well was that we want to reiterate that we are going to be doing a live episode once the Centenary has finished airing. Once Power of the Doctor has aired, we'll be going live on our YouTube channel to talk about it almost immediately afterwards. So, you know, and then obviously as soon as we can, we'll get it up on Anchor and Spotify and audio platforms. It won't be that Saturday's release. We've talked about this already. As soon as we can get that up on audio platforms, we'll get it up on there. If I have to stay up overnight and do it, no, I probably won't do that because Monday's my big teaching day. I probably won't do that, but I'll do it in between lessons and get it up on the Monday. But we're going to do a live episode, and we'd said that it doesn't air in Australia. You said until it wraps in the UK usually. So I'm just wondering if that holds or if it might start sooner.
It usually is like maybe 6 to 6:30 a.m. here.
which is
But
half. So if it's 6 a.m., that's
can't
9 p.m. my time, and it wraps at 9 p.m. here. So.
yeah,
Because
God.
it was confirmed. It was so funny, the press screening. What's the guy's name that does the reporting for BBC? Is it Lizo? Is that his name?
Liza Mazembe.
Yeah, Liza Mazemba. He posted that he was at the press screening, which we'll get to in a minute. And he put a picture up of like the poster for it and scribbled out the time that it said it was airing on the Sunday so that we didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, TV Zone posted the same picture and didn't scribble out the start time. So Liza had tried to hide it, and TV Zone went, confirmed it's airing 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, great, we know now. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And it's got a 90-minute time slot, so as predicted. I don't think it'll be quite be 90 minutes though, because obviously there's going to be adverts either side for, well, on the tail end at least for BBC wise. So it's probably going to be more like, I think, about 86, 87 minutes personally. But have you found your scheduled time, or is it not there yet?
I'm looking. I don't think, because like here in Australia they'll premiere it on ABC iView, and then they'll show it at a random time during the night here in Australia. But I haven't seen. They've been very, very quiet. I don't think they've even posted the trailer here on their Instagram or anything. So
could it be that
I couldn't tell you.
It's like they only share the times like a week before it airs, because the UK does that quite often. Like, you don't get the actual TV listings until about a week before.
I think it will. Okay, well, next week I'll definitely know the time, and they'll probably announce something. So
what we're saying is, as soon as episode 30 goes out on the Saturday, watch it. So we'll tell you the full plan, because we'll know the TV schedules by then, and we can hopefully plan it better. So make sure you listen to the next episode as soon as possible. But yeah, so we were trying to talk about the trailer, man. Let's focus on the trailer now. Let's stop sidetracking.
Let's talk about the trailer. Sorry. There's too much going on.
Yeah, there's too much. It's good, because it was so funny, because I said this to you like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, we won't have another full episode about Power of the Doctor now until it airs. We don't need to have another full episode. That was funny. So
it's just too much.
I want to ask you a question about the trailer.
Hit me.
It's a question that I'm seeing a lot of people talking about on Twitter, and it's one that we both want to talk about a little bit. In the trailer, we do not see very much of Dan, our lovely John Bishop. We see him in the spacesuit in several shots. In the promo stuff, he's only ever in the spacesuit. So there's a bit of concern right now, because any of the scenes with Ace and Tegan, or even like just Jodie Naz with Kate Stewart, that kind of thing, Dan's not in any of them. So people are beginning to theorize that Dan might die in like the first 15 minutes of Power of the Doctor.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Because I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I understand where people are going with this.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the theories, I was like, oh my gosh, something's definitely going on with Dan this episode. I don't know what it is. I think he might be sidelined. I don't know if he's going to be killed off. He might get stuck on that train or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't think he'll die, purely because, slight spoiler alert, whatever, we saw filming pictures of him and Bradley Walsh.
This is what's confusing me.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, surely, unless that's just a red herring in John Bishop, because he's a big fan of, being with Jodie and Mandip and stuff. He might have just been, I'll come along for your shooting with Bradley Walsh and everything.
No, he was just looking for the period, and he saw they were filming.
Exactly. That's very good.
Did we mention that last week, that was a running joke now, that every time I go past the pierhead, I send you a picture of it and go, I was just looking for the pierhead?
It brightens up my day, honestly.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly. It's great.
But no, I don't think he'll die. Do you think he'll die, Troy?
Well, if we base the filming pictures of him with Bradley Walsh off of anything, and say that they're legit, then I don't think in the first 15 minutes Bradley Walsh is going to show up. That seems a bit weird. I don't personally imagine that. I don't think he's going to have a big feature in the episode. If he was going to, I feel like they would have revealed him alongside Kate Stewart, Ace, and Tegan. I don't feel like he's going to have a huge part. And I feel like it might be towards the tail end of the episode, or middle to tail end. I mean, it is 90 minutes. We're literally getting a movie a week on Sunday. Like, isn't that crazy?
I'm so excited.
Like, just thinking about it like that is just crazy to me. But there's that. And also now they've opened up this little backdoor thing of him possibly getting back with Di in Legend of the Sea Devils. Like, if they hadn't done that as well, I would be like, is he opening up a thread to just leave it dangling? That seems a bit daft if that's the case. Like, I don't know. No. It is a bit concerning that we haven't seen him in much of the promo. And one thing we'll talk about in a minute is with the press screening, there were loads of new character posters that were there on the day, which hopefully they release in full.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, because with Legend of the Sea Devils and Eve of the Daleks, in like the last 5 or 4 days, every new day there was a character poster. So they'll probably do that again, but like there's pictures of Jodie, there's one of Mandip, Yaz, where she's crying. She's actually
She's
crying
very
in her
sad.
promo art.
She's very sad.
Don't talk to me, I'm upset. But John Bishop's one, he's got the spacesuit on. Again, none of the others have. Has Jodie got the spacesuit on hers?
No, Jodie does. No? I don't think. Oh, maybe she does. Without the helmet, definitely.
Double check. But John Bishop is in his spacesuit with the helmet on, with a bullet hole in it, with cracks going all the way around, which is the same cracks we saw in the promo art originally 6 months ago, where it was him on the train, what we now know is the train, holding the helmet under one arm with the bullet hole in it and holding Jodie Sonic in the other hand. So there's a lot of consistency with him wearing this spacesuit and there being a bullet hole in the front of it. I mean, obviously, he's not going to get shot in the face. Like, it's Doctor Who, okay? It's not Kill Bill. Like, he's not going to get shot in the face, but just the amount of promo art of him having a bullet hole in his helmet and then him not being in much else of the promotion,
it's concerning.
It's just a bit concerning, you know? It's a bit concerning. So that'll be our poll this week. We're gonna ask you: do you think Dan will die in Power of the Doctor? We're not gonna say, is he just gonna leave early? Is he gonna die? Whatever. Just, do you think he'll die? Because that seems to be the common theory right now, and I want to see what people think of that because I'm concerned. We finally got some Scouse representation as a companion.
Bam!
But then they kill him off. Don't kill him off, please. Please. We needed some Scouse to balance out the Yorkshire, the Sheffield, the Leeds, Don't argue with the designated driver. Our designated rescuer, that was it. Forget it. I can't even quote Flux. I watched Halloween Apocalypse again the other day. I went onto YouTube and I was looking at like clips from Flux, and I watched the first clip of like the intro to Halloween Apocalypse with the gravity bar thing, and then landing in the top. Yeah, release. And then as soon as she was like, last days of Planet Earth, we'll see about that, and then it didn't go into the title sequence because it was a YouTube clip. I went, I'm watching Halloween Apocalypse. So I put the episode on and watched it.
It's just a tease. You're like, now I've got to watch the episode.
That episode's so good. I love Halloween Apocalypse, good. Man. Oh, you look nothing like Four Bears. So, what else was there to talk about from the trailer? So we got a bit more of an idea of plot. So, a dozen of the world's leading seismologists have gone missing, and 15 of the world's most valuable paintings have gone missing as well. So,
yeah, what's up with that?
A theory. One person was suggesting, I think it's in one of our comments. We'll get there. Well, in case we don't, it's good to mention it now. But one of our listeners, I think, said that it might be a red herring. The paintings being stolen. It's just the Master, stealing them to put in his TARDIS as a bit of a distraction to kind of summon the Doctor.
Right.
I think because that's happened before. Where, something's happened and it turns out it's just a red herring to just lure the Doctor in.
Like the airplanes?
Yeah, that's it, the
Missy.
airplanes. Yeah, I was trying to think of an example quick off the top of my head. The plane stopping in Magician's Apprentice, yeah. Which, like that wasn't, it was just a threat to the Master could summon the Doctor, and it didn't really work, but summoned Clara. We got some great Missy Clara combination acting. That was good. Awesome. See that couple over there? You're the dog. And
why is that couple just walking there when there's obviously like 20 Secret Service
really
people
good
around?
Point. It's a really good point.
Why are they allowed to walk there?
Because
maybe one of the security guards was like, this will make a really good joke. Just let him go.
Yeah, Missy's going to make a really funny joke out of this. Let him walk past. See what kind of stand-up material she can do,
Yeah.
We also need to talk about the fact that there are two TARDISes.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Very briefly, there are two TARDISes on a beach. It's literally in a split-second shot. So
Is it a beach?
It's on the beach, I believe, that Jodie was filming on towards the end of Everyone. It was theorizing.
Yes.
But it's also the beach that picture of her was released via Empire magazine. We talked about it a few times already. And also, there's also a couple of shots of 13 and Yaz on that beach as well, looking around. Seems to be some big technology stuff on the cliff side of the beach, which we're talking about.
I've got a theory about that.
Is it that it's cyber-converted Gallifrey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what do you think
I've seen
about
someone
that?
saying that. I've seen someone saying that, and people saying, maybe it's Gallifrey, but it's become like a cyber conversion thing.
I'd be fine with that, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll obviously undo it all, but
then bring the Time Lords back, and they can live in those cities. Gallifrey brought back again.
Done. Easy. Thank you.
Yeah. See, I'll write Doctor Who. Russell, hire me on. I'm done. I'll write for Doctor Who. I'll do it. And I'll bring back the Absorbal off.
Nice. A first episode.
In the first episode, bring the Absorbaloff back. We all want him back. Don't stop lying to yourself. You all know you want him back, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You want him to suck someone else up and go, tastes like chicken. So,
tastes like chicken.
What else is there to talk about in the trailer?
Oh, I've got something. There's an interesting line. I can't remember what the Master says. Hang on.
This is the day you are erased forever.
Yeah. So a lot of people think from that and the fact that there's like multiple Earths and there's like planets fighting and stuff, a lot of people think that Chibnall is going to do like a timeline reset or something like that. Have you heard about that?
No.
Oh, a lot of people think that, like, I don't know, a lot of stuff is going to be undone. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, this is all like an alternate universe type thing. I don't know. But they have mentioned the multiverse in the Jodie Whittaker era. So there might be something to it. There might be some. I don't want it to happen.
Don't do that.
But I don't know. There's multiple Earths here. One of them is definitely not our Earth in the trailer.
If we're undoing stuff, just undo a single episode and let that be Orphan 55. No,
No,
seriously.
fear her.
Well, it's the same logic as like with Infinity War and Endgame, as I often reference Marvel when we're talking about Doctor Who. Like, the main concern a lot of people had going into Endgame was, don't undo what Thanos did in Infinity War. Let us live in that world and see how it goes from there. Like, if in Endgame they just undone it all and gone back to Infinity War, it would have been a little bit boring. We don't get to live in that world. Like, don't undo Jodie's entire era for the sake of a plot point. I mean, gosh, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't think they will. But something fishy is going on. Fishy is going on.
People are wondering, and at least I'm theorising this a little bit as well. Some people were saying that the fugitive Doctor would come in to save the 13th Doctor. 2 TARDISes. We know Joe Martin's in the special, despite them not talking about it at all. Matt Stevens, the producer, did confirm Joe Martin was in this episode to another capacity. So the 2 TARDISes, I'm guessing one's got to be the fugitive Doctor's TARDIS. So that's just
there's a lot of talk of classic Doctors as well. So,
but the episode is called "The Power of the Doctor," and I think that the idea of that is the Master wants to steal the Doctor's power, steal all of her regenerations.
Regenerations?
Yeah, so that he can be the one that lives forever rather than her.
Is that why she's in that tube?
That pod with the regeneration energy.
Pod.
Yeah, she's in that pod. She's screaming Yaz's name. Maybe it's that he's taking all of her regeneration energy so that he can be the one. So, like we said before, maybe he should have been the Timeless Child to begin with. Now he can actually be the Timeless Child.
Now he wants
and have
to
those
be.
Infinite lives.
Ooh, now we're cooking.
He's saying, welcome to the end of your existence. He's cutting off her existence so he can live forever.
Troy.
What if they try and pull a classic Master again and say that Sacha Dhawan's the last version of the Master again, and he needs the extra lives, and he goes, right, I'll have Jodie's lives then. I'll have all the regenerations, then I'll never have this problem again, because he's had it once before in Classic Who, where he'd run out of lives, and you look like a crusty pizza at the bottom of your oven. Like, maybe he wants to avoid that happening
Crispy
again.
Master.
What about delicious? I had a funny it's a complete side note. I did a pizza last week, or late last week. I was like, because like I said, I've had a weird week, and I was just like, right, I'm gonna have a full pizza. I don't care. I'm just gonna eat my feelings. And I cooked it on the tray. It got stuck to the pizza tray, and because it was a full pizza, I couldn't get it. No, it's happened before with like half pizza, because I normally have half pizza because I'm good with my calories.
Yeah.
So normally I can just like kind of get a spatula under it, get it out of the tray. But because it was a full pizza, I couldn't get it off the tray no matter how hard I tried. So what I had to do was stand up in the kitchen and eat it off the tray and like cut pieces off it with a knife and fork because I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't get it to come off the tray.
So when you said you had a big week, that's the reason for the big week.
My mum literally called me in the middle of it. She was out for a few nights and she rang me and she was like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm currently eating pieces of pizza off a tray with a knife and fork, so it's going well. And she was like, you what?
Yeah. How are you?
How's your day going?
Oh my gosh.
So I think he's trying to steal the 13th Doctor's like entire energy essence. And what if...
I like that.
What if... I just thought this right now. What if he does it successfully? He does it successfully, and then she saves herself by going back to the fob watch, getting her memories back, and that restores her power, possibly through the fob watch.
Oh, now
so the Master still gets infinite lives, but she gets her regenerations from the fob watch.
Come on,
and that makes her have to regenerate backwards into David Tennant because he gets confused with her memories.
I was about to say
goes wrong,
and that's why David Tennant comes into it. And that is why David Tennant comes into it.
I just came up with that on the fly. I like that. Can that be how it works?
Troy, this is going to be a clip for the Crispy Pro channel. I have no doubt about that. You've got to
start saying things at the start, being like, "This is taken from the podcast. Go and subscribe."
This is taken. No. I put the description first up. Like, who's there?
Yeah,
thing.
but you got to do a thing at the start and be like, "Make sure you subscribe to the podcast if you like these clips."
Don't tell me how to run my channel.
I will do what I want. If I want subscribers, I will make you get them.
Yeah, you get the subscribers.
Yeah, we need to get. You're South African.
I'll
make you get the subscribers. My friends,
I'll make you get the subscribers, eh?
Nah, seriously. Right. No, I love that you do that. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, sometimes I'll see you've uploaded a video and I'm like, oh, let's see what he's talking about. And then I go, oh, wait, it's our podcast.
Oh, wait, it's me talking about it.
It's me. Yeah. Oh, God, not me.
I find it so funny that, like, sometimes those videos, like, outperform. Like, we have a video from ages ago where we were talking about who's coming back for the 60th, and that's done quite well.
Has it?
Just as it is. I was like,
hang on, how much
that's
ad revenue
nice.
needs to get off it? Where's my cut?
You wanna cut?
I want my cut. Yeah.
So yeah, the trailer's really, really good. I don't know where the ha-ha-has come from on the TARDIS door. That's just
I love
weird.
that because it's. I'm just going to pretend that you move on. Fine, yeah, cool. All right, I've been robbed, everyone. Yeah, there was like a reiteration of the whole bad wolf on the TARDIS writing and stuff, but I love the ha-has. I think that's great.
Do you reckon that's the other TARDIS? Because it looks like it's at the same spot.
I'm not even going to try and guess that one, mate. I haven't got a clue. The TARDISes look so similar, bro. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe.
Ace is parachuting at one point. That's pretty cool. I hope that
So
Ace and
cool.
Tegan get a lot of kind of screen time. And one thing I'll mention is the SFX magazine that came out last week. I've got it here. I haven't had a chance to read it fully. But there's been some quotes, Sophie Aldred and Janet Fielding have talked about them coming back and saying, you know, have they changed much since their old like appearances? And like, not really, no. Like Tegan is Janet Fielding, who plays Tegan, said, "Think fans would have been really disappointed if she'd mellowed since she last showed up on the show. Nobody wants a chilled out Tegan. She's there to kick back and against. Can I say kick against the pricks? That's not really a swear word, is it? That's
you
fine,
can say
right?
it. Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
She said she's there to kick against the pricks, as the biblical quote has it. And Sophie Aldred said, "Don't we develop our personality at the age of 3 or something like that? Then we're shaped by our experiences. I can see that by about 2025, I'd really become the person I am now. I suppose I pretend to be a grown up." So both of them are basically saying, you know, they're obviously they look a little bit older, but they're still the same characters.
They're still. Oh, it's gonna be epic. And apparently they filmed for 6 weeks, which is quite a substantial
That's a
amount
lot
of time.
of filming for this episode. But then again, it was like a movie length, so yeah.
It is movie length, yes.
Oh
But
wait, hang on. You mean just those two did?
Yeah, just those two
Wow.
individuals. Yeah. So I'm hoping we get quite a bit of action from them.
I hope it doesn't end with the cutting room floor. Good grief, that sounds good.
I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure. They'll get quite a substantial amount of screen time. I just hope they don't do the thing they did with series 11 and 12 and just have them stand around in the background like, you know, Ryan and Graham and Yaz did some episodes. So
Yeah.
I don't think they will. If they were there for 6 weeks and they would only read lines for like 3 of them, I'll be disappointed.
Well, Jodie and Mandip did a Q&A on Instagram yesterday on the BBC Doc 2 Instagram account.
I haven't
if you
seen
saw
that
this. Well, one of the questions they were asked was, what was your favourite scene to film for Power of the Doctor? And they said our favourite scene for both of us was the scene we filmed with Kate Stewart, Tegan and Ace, all 5 of us together. They just really loved that and that stood out to them. So that hopefully means there's good stuff there. Although again, where's Dan? Where's Dan?
He's stuck on that train, mate.
He's stuck at the pier head.
He's stuck at the pier head.
Stop. This is going to be our next recurring joke, the pier
I know.
head. It's going to be our next recurring joke.
It's Paul at the pier head.
But Paul's at the pier head listening to the podcast with the plan.
Oh, that's a t-shirt.
All the
That's
peas.
first merch idea.
All the peas.
First merch idea.
Oh, we need to do a merch store. We need to talk about that. Get that set up, you know.
Yeah, we'll get
set
that
up.
done.
We can do that.
We'll get that done.
So Sacha Dhawan, I'll read
Season
out
2
one
pitch.
quote from him from SFX magazine to wrap this up, and then we'll move on to the press screening.
Let's go.
When asked how he would sort the centenary special, he said, It's trying to make sure that we give the audience a really nice final farewell. With it being Jodie's last, the crew really wants to do it justice and make it as brilliant as possible, so it did feel slightly charged in a good way. I can say from filming it that it felt epic, but it also felt really emotional as well. I've seen a rough cut, and it's a really brilliant episode. It ticks all the boxes, and I won't lie, I had a cry at the end. So
That's something, like, apparently a lot of people, without transitioning too harshly into the premiere.
That's what I'm about to do, yeah.
Oh, a lot of people at the premiere, and they cut it before the regeneration.
Don't spill the details too soon, buddy.
Oh,
Don't spill it all too soon.
Sorry. But
I'm
I'm just
build
saying.
up to this, man. God.
I'm just saying they did that, and people were still crying. So what on earth is happening?
The suspense.
What
has
on
been
earth is
ruined now.
happening?
The suspense.
What do
has
you
been
mean?
ruined.
Everyone else already knows that.
I was gonna hype this up, man. I was gonna hype this up. My mum doesn't know. She might not know before. Oh no, I think I did tell her yesterday. Never mind. No, I told her. Forget it.
While you were eating your pizza off of the
that
tray.
was last week, and she wasn't there, man. Okay.
You were like, hey, did you hear that the regeneration's been cut?
Hey,
Just
bro,
like this pizza I'm trying to eat.
Bro, I cooked pasta last night, and it was delicious. Okay, so you can go in.
Did you save me any? No.
Did you fly over to the UK? No.
No, let me check plane tickets.
All right,
While
you do that
talk
real
about-
quick. So he's doing
Yeah.
it again. So yes, the press screening for Power of the Doctor happened last night. So obviously various media outlets were invited to come and watch the episode a little bit before transmission. And there was also a Q&A panel at the end where Jodie Whittaker, Mandip Gill, Sacha Dhawan and Chris Chibnall were sat there answering questions. We don't know if it was filmed. Likelihood is it was, but it won't probably be shown until after the episode's gone out, if at all. And That was the segue I was going to make. He said in the SFX magazine he's seen a rough cut. Well, now he's seen the full cut, bar the final few minutes. Because, as we know, Jodie Whittaker's final scene is, she said her dialogue, it probably is just her on her own, but it's a big one take where she basically just dies and regenerates. We don't know who into. For probably the first time in Doctor Who history, we don't know who the Doctor's going to regenerate into.
This is the closest we'll ever be to a surprise regeneration.
And I'm so chuffed, because you know...
so excited!
Yeah, you know full well the one thing I said from the start of this podcast was I really didn't want to know the 14th Doctor. I honestly wanted for once for them to not say who the next Doctor was and let us find out on the night.
And this is probably the best deal you'll ever get.
Yeah, while we know Ncuti's the next Doctor and we know David's coming back, we don't know which one's going to appear, for sure. Ncuti hasn't filmed anything that we know of. Obviously, David said there's loads of stuff that's been filmed we don't know about, so maybe Ncuti has, and we just don't know. But we genuinely don't know how it's going to end. And in the press screening, you said this last week, that when Twice Upon a Time got a press screening, the regeneration was cut off, and that was when we knew it was going to be Jodie. So we'd hope they would do the same this time. By the way,
just throwing that out, the Australian one.
So what they did this time with the press screening for Power of the Doctor was, moving on very swiftly from that, they again cut it off a few minutes before the end. So some people are saying it was about 80 minutes before they cut it off, so it might not be 90, like I said. I think it might be more like 85 maybe, the actual final runtime.
Yeah.
But we don't know. It was cut off again. We don't know who she's going to regenerate into, and I'm so happy about that because I was really worried it would get leaked out. Everything about the episode is under embargo, but I did see a couple people tweet out very loose things and kind of say this is really good. So
yeah,
even that I worry would break embargo, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that happened last night. Everyone was in attendance. There were Daleks and Cybermen at the premiere. There was a weird chair that everyone's talking about, going, what is this chair about?
What's this chair? This strange
I thought it was from
chair.
Flux. I thought it was the thing that Jericho and Claire sat in where the Sontarans like read their minds, but maybe it's not that chair. I don't know. There's a weird chair there, you know?
Did you see the drink they had there?
Yeah, what was it called? A regeneration?
The regeneration.
It was a gin, and they managed to put the Doctor Who logo on the top. Oh, it was so good.
I want a regeneration. Loved a bit of that.
I want a
regeneration. Turned into
regeneration.
David Tennant? Come on.
Yeah, oh, well, you want Tennant to your dad?
Yeah, yes.
I thought you said David Tennant was your dad. You want to become your dad?
If David Tennant is my dad, which he is, I would happily take his place to be David Tennant for a day.
You want to become David Tennant? Bit problematic, bestie. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Just turned into a Twitter stand for a minute. I keep saying that in a joke with my friends next week. Whenever he says something funny, just go, it's a bit problematic, bestie. And he's like, why do you keep saying that? I'm like, I don't know.
It's a bit problematic, bestie.
It is. It's a bit problematic, bestie. Do it with like a sarcastic kiss as well. Problematic, bestie, kiss. Cry for help with a kiss. What's that reference? What episode's that a reference from?
Something Donna.
Yeah, come on.
Cry for help with a kiss. I don't know.
Cry for help with a kiss.
With a kiss. Oh, it's the library. It's the library.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the psychic paper.
Yep.
You see,
well done.
you're the 17 DVDs guy. I can't think that fast. What have you got?
Psychic paper that I have right here for some reason. I knew it was on my bed.
What? You've never shown me that.
Paper. Yeah.
Can I have a look at it?
What does it say?
Oh wow. It says you should subscribe to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast.
It does. It does. Wow, isn't that crazy? That's that crazy?
So weird.
You should all, even if you listen on Spotify,
does everyone see that?
You know, go to the YouTube channel and do it. Also,
give us a review.
5 stars. 5 stars on Spotify, on Apple, on any other podcast.
So many 5-star reviews. I'm just saying.
Because
did you see that?
Podcast. What do you mean?
We're the best podcast with a plan.
Best podcast with a plan on the planet. There's another page.
Yes.
Best podcast with a plan on the planet. On the planet.
Yeah.
You know, with the power of the Doctor. So, is there anything else to talk about the press screening? I don't think there's too much. Like I said, there was a Q&A, but we know nothing about it. There was we don't know much. The Instagram Q&A we talked about a little bit. A lot of it was just general, questions about, stuff that didn't really tell us too much. So you can always go and check it out on their story. Hopefully they'll have highlighted it so you can look it back. Go on.
I think one thing we should mention is that I heard that Chris Chibnall spent a lot of time with fans after the screening. Like, a lot of people got to chat to him and give it, a lot of people asked him. Yeah, a lot of people asked him advice because a lot of people want to get into the film and TV industry. And so, for as much flack as Chris Chibnall gets, this is his final episode as well. So I think it's a really beautiful thing that he was actually able to interact with fans.
He's a good guy. I honestly, he's had way too much kind of criticism for this stuff, man, that wasn't warranted, Whether you like his era or not, he's put his heart into it. And even though, he said at times, he's not been happy with some of the things that happened, or, some of his stuff's not been so well received, he's done his best, and that's what matters. You know what I mean? I mean, everyone hates Moffat for saying that the 11th Doctor at one point commented on Clara being in a skirt that was too tight. You know, no showrunner's perfect.
No.
So,
exactly.
You know, that line was a bit problematic, bestie.
Kisses.
Sorry. Kisses. Well, 11th Doctor clearly wanted to have some kisses if he was thinking about her skirt being tight. Moving on. Bro, I'm having
what
a drink.
Else we got to talk
on.
about, Troy? What else we got to talk about today? We have...
That's pretty much it. Because we wanted to have a special section for fan theories and Q&A responses, and I think it's time we look at some of those.
I think we bloody well get into it, mate.
Yeah, because we talked about the trailer, talked about the press screening. We're both very excited, okay? That's what matters.
Oh, I do have one thing to talk about. To actually have a full
episode to talk about it based on things we've actually known and seen and just seeing the hype increase,
I know.
It's crazy. I'm very happy. Are you happy, Crispy?
It is crazy. I'm very happy, and I'm also happy that I found this one deal. Oh, I'm not that happy. If I wanted to leave next week or on Monday to go overseas to see you, I could get... The cheapest one I could do is $4,000.
All right, so get over it and watch Power of the Doctor with me and my mum.
the most expensive one I could try. The most expensive one I saw was $14,000. Can you imagine?
$14,000? That's £7,000, mate.
Yeah, and it's not even the best deal. I don't know why that's happened.
That's wild. So, come on, get over it then. Okay, so
yeah, right.
Let's read out some fan responses, some listener responses. Let's start with Anchor.
Okay.
Let's start with Anchor. Okay. So, you've got the Anchor response up as well, so we're going to try and take it in turns, pick a few out each.
Of course.
All right. So, let's go. I'm going to start off with the big Thasmin fan that I am, with a comment from Barney the Cockapoo's mum, who has said, feeling super excited, but definitely feeling the line that said, I don't want it to end from the trailer. Curious to see how they handle Jodie's final story. Sad to see her go, but also looking forward to David, Shooty, and Russell T Davies. I don't want it to end. When she said that line, I was like, no. Your
reaction was funny when that happened. You're like, oh, yeah, just hit you like,
yeah.
Oh,
and
dear.
yours annoyed me because you were like, it's gonna end. I was like, don't remind us. Don't add fuel to the fire.
I was very cheeky. It's gonna end.
You were very cheeky. I wanted to slap you for that. Oh, but yeah, when she said that, I was like, oh no, no. But yeah, it's I don't want it to go. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
Don't want it to go.
Yes, could be so much more.
Yeah, she could. They both could be so much more. They could kiss so much more. Moving on. Do you want to pick out a comment?
Oh, that's the 10 minutes of the end of the episode, mate.
It is 10 minute. I will have my stopwatch.
There it is.
I will have my stopwatch, and as soon as they start, I will be timing it. Okay.
10 minutes is a long time to kiss, but yeah.
Hey, if you haven't kissed for 10 minutes before, you're doing it wrong. Let me tell you. So, what's your next comment?
Okay, so this one is from regular Minusich, and they have said the spacesuit is back. Nothing else matters. It will be great, and I completely agree. Thank goodness we got that in there because it was looking for a time there that Jodie's Doctor was going to be one of the New Who one of the New Who Doctors that didn't get to wear that orange spacesuit.
Another Chris Chibnall failure. Oh, another Chibnall
Chris
failure.
Chibnall tragedy.
Oh, Chris Chin balls. Honestly, sorry, Chris. I don't know. We love you. We don't actually think you have chin balls.
I reckon we try and get him on this podcast.
What, and call him chin balls? Let's not do that.
No, not call him chin balls. Call him Chibnall, because that's his name.
Call him Chrissy.
Chrissy Chi. Chib.
You stop. Okay. Next comment comes from. Let's see. Let's go through some comments. Henry Poole. Let's go with Henry Poole 65s. The Power of the Doctor looks insane. It seems like Chibnall has put all of his best ideas into this one episode, and frankly, it looks like it needs 90 minutes or there will be a lot of plot holes. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But it feels very much like it's been set up like a film, and it has got the runtime of a film, so I'm just hoping it works out the right way. I'm hoping it works out.
Oh, wow. I've just found a very good comment.
I was going to say, there was a really uncomfortable pause there for a second. I was like, what's he seen? How much of your chest hair do you want to show off on this episode?
Oh, sorry. I've got like a...
Don't apologise.
I've got a scratch.
I went back to the camera just so you were like that, and I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, crispy chest hair. Yeah, you get that
just
for
take
free,
your top
everyone.
off, mate. We know that's what you want to do.
This is what you look at the video version for, guys. That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's why people look at the video version. I want to see as much of Crispy's chest hair as possible,
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. Okay.
All right, we have another comment.
Well, this one's good. This one's from Euphonium9, and they said, everything in the trailer occurs in the first 15 minutes. Then we get 60 minutes of Thasmin and 14 of Jodie monologuing the house down. October 23rd is my literal birthday. Don't mess it up for me, Chibs. Well, happy birthday for them.
Happy birthday, Euphonium. Hope to see you in the live chat when the episode's gone up, because then we'll all wish you happy birthday.
We'll wish you happy birthday then. I mean, absolutely.
To be fair, I remember Crispy's birthday, but he doesn't remember mine. Yours is October 3rd. When's my birthday?
Oh, it's sometime before then. But yeah, I hope that a lot of the trailer stuff is from the first 15 minutes. I really think that... I think that a lot of it is from the start. I don't know. We haven't seen a lot. We have not seen a lot. But yeah. Troy, the next comment, my friend?
When's my birthday?
I need to look at my calendar, mate.
You still don't remember? No!
I need to look at my calendar.
Buddy! Come on!
I don't need it. I need to know... I need to know your mother's maiden name, your birthday, and I don't know. Was it August? It was August.
August the
November.
The what? August and November.
August of November.
What?
Pretty sure it was August and November.
Just guess, mate. You got a 1 in 31 chance.
The 21st.
The 23rd.
The 21st.
21st tweet. 15th. I'm going to kill you for that. Okay. So
I'm writing that down. I'm having it a sticky note on my
because next time I'll ask you, you'll actually know then. One more for Spotify. Let's go with one more for Spotify. Mary has said, it looks amazing. The visuals are stunning. Plenty of master content, which I expect to be my favourite part of the episode, and it got me hyped without revealing too much. That's what you want a trailer to do. That's what you want a trailer to do. That. You know? Oh, actually, no, we got one more. From because we got to mention because 7 polls who became 13 polls who became 20 polls is now 67 polls on Spotify.
Are they going to break 100?
Actually, do you want to read it, because it should be your turn anyway? You read it.
Oh, okay. The poll council.
The poll council.
That's amazing. I'm so happy that this little inside joke. Anyway, I'll keep reading.
Oh, so sweet.
The poll council have spoken and do not think Troy will be able to fill in the blank. Tastes like
chicken.
Well done. We've already talked about it this episode. What
we
are the
literally
chances?
have, yeah.
Crispy next week. The question. Crispy next week. The question. So be aimed at you. Okay. The power of the Doctor looks like Jodie's best. Yeah.
You read that. It's such like a wow. That's terrible English, polls. Crispy next week. The question. So be aimed at you. Wow. Learn to. How about type better before you ask questions? God.
I struggle to read whenever we do like these live things. I get nervous and
bro, it's fine. Myself. I can't read. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
You can read.
I genuinely hope. Liar. I genuinely think the power of the Doctor might well be Jodie's best episode if they land this. Like, from everything that's looking at. So. Just because there's loads more screen time. I mean, like, the episode could be like twice as long as some of her actual episodes from her main run. Like, you could pack a lot of good stuff in there, and if you nail it, it could be the first time where a Doctor's final episode is their best, and I would very much like that. That'd be cool.
That would actually be crazy if they pulled that off. But
alright, bud. Yeah. Have you got the comments up for our YouTube post asking about opinions? Because I think we pull out a couple of these and then wrap up.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Alright, let's mix it up. Ladies first. You go first this time.
Well, that is fine, because girls rule.
Yeah, they do.
This is something we've already talked about. This is from Dylan Thompson, and they say, I think Gallifrey has been cyber-converted, and that all the blue lights on the cliff tops when 13 Inyaz arrive in that quarry is cyber Gallifrey. I like the cyber Gallifrey theory.
I do.
Let us know in the comments if you like the cyber Gallifrey theory. I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
And it could well be. We've got quite a few theories on this side of the post, to be fair. I've got a really itchy eyebrow today. I don't know what's going on with that. Very weird.
Just the one?
My eyebrows are attacking me. I've got attack eyebrows. You could open
bottle tops. I've got attack eyebrows.
Yeah.
You could put bottle tops off.
We got to go with our OG commenter, who we always say. I'm sad they haven't commented on Spotify as much recently, because I miss seeing the gay panic profile picture. I still love that, or gay shaking, or whatever it is. But the one time lady has said, someone pointed out on Troy's trailer reaction, you watched it? Thank you so much. The second planet could be Skaro. So in that scene where there's the two planets kind of like firing at each other, that the one of them could be Skaro. I think that might be true, considering they showed Skaro on Resolution of the Daleks trailer. and it never showed up, did they? Maybe they're doing something with it now. I'm Googling this right now. Crispy, keep talking. I'm looking this up right now.
Well, I love the idea because we know that the Cybermen and the Daleks are going to have very prominent roles in this story. So it looks like the Cybermen are doing something with Unit at the start, where Ashad is. But maybe, I don't know. But why would the Doctor necessarily need to get involved with a war between the Cybermen and the Daleks? Surely the Doctor would be like, well, sure, do what you got to do. But I don't know. I like that theory.
I've not seen Skaro yet.
In the Resolution trailer, or Revolution, or whatever it was.
Not in the Resolution trailer, yeah. No sign of Skaro. No sign of Skaro in that trailer.
Are you watching Resolution or Revolution?
Resolution. Did she say she said Resolution, right? Yeah, Resolution of the Daleks.
No, Resolution of the Daleks. There's an episode called Revolution of the Daleks, or Resolution.
So it could be Revolution of the Daleks trailer, maybe?
Could be Revolution.
Oh, hang on, there's a
hey guys,
teaser trailer.
Welcome to a segment I like to call Troy Watches Trailers.
Yeah, and the best bit is because I can't mess with the brightness on my screen. So like I could tell in my trailer reaction, you could see all the colours of the trailer on my face, so I had to make sure the trailer was properly synced up. So you can just see me looking at all this stuff right now. There's Captain Jack talking about meeting the Doctor.
Should I read out another theory while you have a look?
Go for it. There's no Skaro. I honestly think that Time Lady might have made that up. Sorry, Time Lady. I'm bullying you now. You've been bullied.
Oh, that's not very nice. Here's someone that I wouldn't bully, and this one is from That Time Lady, and they say, I love this trailer. It's so nice to see some of the pieces of the puzzle of the episode put together a bit. 13 got what I like to call it Series 11, the Series 11 smile back, which I'm so happy for. The building explosion looks epic. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. The building explosion in that trailer
looks... Is it Unit blowing up?
I don't know. We just got it back. Oh, well, it could be like the new Gallifrey. Quite worried for Yaz because I think she's going to die. Don't say that. And I'm really, really hoping we finally get our well-deserved Thasmin kiss. We're definitely going to.
Preach it,
It's going to be sad.
No, I was so confused because you said comment from That Time Lady, and I was like, we just talked about that from That One Time Lady. No, there is that one, the One Time Lady, and That Time Lady. How many Time Ladies are there? How many are there?
67 Pauls, mate, and 2 Time Ladies.
True.
67 Pauls and 2 Time Ladies walk into a bar. What do they do?
Next, there'll be someone else called Troy, and I'm going to go, what?
What?
Don't need another Troy. We don't need another Troy in this universe, let me tell you.
Oh,
One's
gosh,
enough.
Absolutely. Honestly.
Dalek Khan. Oh, here's the comment I mentioned earlier. Simple theory, but I would love it if the paintings going missing would just be the Master wanted to decorate his TARDIS. Seems like the type of thing he would do. Commit several robberies, shrink all the guards with a bit more murdering, all to brighten up his console room. So not necessarily to attract the Doctor, but just for a bit of plain fun, like it's not actually a main plot point, which I could see it being the case.
I can definitely, but I feel like you and I have this theory that the Master's going to start off good in this episode or be arrested from Unit, even though this is like a fully redeemed Master. I don't know. There's something's going on with the Master definitely, and Dan Lewis. I feel like those are 2 big unknowns for us right now because anything could happen. Anything could happen there.
I don't know, man. I still like the idea of him being the good, like you said. I don't want a theory to question that, but maybe you could have the evil Master show up first, still in the paintings, and then 20 minutes in, you see the younger Master looking a bit different, not realizing he's younger, and as I said, he gets arrested and goes, "What have I done? What are you guys talking about?" They could do it that way. Doesn't have to be in chronological order for you to have a younger and an older Master. I'm just saying. I just
want to find out, man. I can't wait much longer.
Oh, can't hold it in. We've got to see Power of the Doctor soon. So we'll wrap up with a final theory from the Sci-Fi and Anime Gamer, who has said, warning, shut up. I really just ramble about the show. I love my predictions. It might be bonkers. I like how you... That was so blunt. I'm so sorry. Dan leaves within the first half of the special, which is why he doesn't appear in many scenes in the trailers. Possibly deciding to be with Di, so she isn't alone in a world-ending crisis. He would probably reappear as a regeneration flashback at the end. I also think they might kill off Tegan in the second act as a way to up the stakes. Wow. Okay. I don't think Yaz will die, although most signs suggest it. I think she and 13 will be forcefully separated in a similar vein to Second Doctor and Jamie. Kate and Vinda could go either way, but I think they will be okay. Ace will definitely survive, and I think she will be very important in saving Earth. As far as the Doctors, I think we will see the Fugitive Doctor and probably Tennant when 13 regenerates. 5 and 7 could be seen in flashbacks from Tegan and Ace, but I'm not holding my breath, even if 7 is my favourite classic Doctor. Lastly, the Master will be the reason 13 regenerates. Okay, my rambling thoughts are done.
I'm in love. That's a lot. That is so much to take in. So much
Wow.
stuff I didn't even consider. I don't know if Chibnall's going to kill off a classic companion.
Yeah, Tegan ain't gonna die. Ain't no way he's gonna kill off a classic companion. I don't think even Chibnall's brave enough to do that. I like the idea of Dan just leaving to be with Di. Although, I want him to be in the whole episode because it would feel like a disservice. He only joins the Team TARDIS at the end of Flux.
I know.
So as an actual team member, he's only had the Daleks and the Sea Devils, and that's it.
Yeah.
Give him a bit more.
Someone pointed out the other day that there's a photo, just another photo of Jodie, John, and Mandip, and they're like, wow, this is crazy that we have a photo with the longest running companion in New Who and the shortest running companion in New Who together.
Oh wow!
It's
wow!
It's so weird to think about.
Yeah, in terms of actual length, in terms of episodes, would Mickey win on that? Because Mickey's in a lot of episodes, but have a lot of screen time.
But main line, introduced, I guess. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. But I genuinely think they might sideline Dan a bit because there is so much going on this episode, and I think they are going to focus heavily on the relationship between the Doctor and Yasmin, as they should.
Very true. Oh, Yasmin, she's getting her full first name. Oof.
Yasmin Khan.
So she's in trouble.
It's like
when someone tells off a kid, and the parent says their full name. Oh, you're in trouble. If they're using your full name, you're in trouble. In fact, you know what, Chris?
Troy Red Arch alive.
I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna read out. There's lots of shuts today. Damn, I'm being so rude to you. I'm being so rude.
You're being the 12th Doctor in Series 8.
Yeah, exactly. Shusty up. I was going to say we leave it there, but there is one more comment from our regular commenter, Sarah Glover, and it would be a bit mean if we read every comment but hers, and I've just realised that's what we'd be doing if we ended now.
Please.
So we'll read one of hers. She has said, do you think we will see the true version of the fugitive or Ruth Doctor's mission with Carvanista from Once Upon a Time in Flux? As a recap for everyone to remember, we saw bits of a mission with the future Doctor fighting Swarm and Azure, but it was mostly through Jodie's eyes in the blue version of the coast. People really do want to see the full version, just the future Doctor doing that. I don't think they'll go back over that, though, too much, because I feel like it'd be stuff we've seen before.
Know.
So I don't...
Yeah.
I don't
Too
know.
much of a reach. It would be nice, though. I saw a thread today being like, that's what they should have done.
Yeah, they should have done.
Jodie through the mirror instead of Joe Martin through the mirror.
Or they could have started with Jodie, on the outside bit when they did, the bomb stuff. On My Command. As soon as it switched to Ruth, it just stayed with her rather than bouncing. I don't know. There's more to it, though. She said, for instance, seeing who Vinder and Yaz were representing, because obviously we know that John Bishop was, the modern-day version was meant to be Carvanista. We don't know who Vinder and Yaz were in terms of, obviously they were... Because the idea is we were seeing a modern-day version of those characters. We don't know who the actual people were Vinder and Yaz were meant to be filling in for, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
If we do see them, do you think we'll recognise either of them, she said? Maybe not. If so, who do you think they could be, etc.? Also, what about Carl, the guy from the crane? Yeah, because he showed up in Eve of the Daleks for some reason.
I would love him to come back.
He just kills the 13th Doctor.
I would love him to come back. He's the reason.
He's the spy master. Sorry, this isn't really my predictions, more what I want to know what you think about. I'm expecting Carl to return and hope we see that scene as Chibnall needs to wrap up on the fugitive Ruth Doctor. Oh, she wants to see that scene from Once Upon a Time. I don't think we'll see that scene, personally. I don't see it.
No. I think we'll see the Ruth Doctor, definitely, but I don't think we'll see that scene.
I think Mock the Week, it'll be scenes we'd like to see, but it's not a scene we're going to see,
Very good.
It's good.
Very good, Troy.
Bro, I'm still, there's only 2 episodes left. And you know what's really bad about that? Every episode now, Dara O'Brien opens Mock the Week by going, welcome to the third to last show of Mock the Week, and then he ends it by going, 2 more to go, good night. And it's stop doing that! It's so annoying. They should do that in
Doctor Who for Jodie, end of Legend of the Sea Devils. See you next week for my final outing.
Imagine, yeah, she's looking out into the beach of face, the black chick, she just pauses, looks to the camera like She-Hulk and goes, see you next time for when I die. So, just to point out, by the time Power of the Doctor comes out, there will only be one more Mock the Week episode. So on the Sunday, I'll be heartbroken over Jodie leaving. And on the Thursday, I'll be heartbroken over a show that I've literally watched for more than half of my life ending. I'm not going to be okay. It's going to be a bad week for me.
I'm gonna be on speed dial, mate. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm going to need to be. I can't. End the episode, Crispy. I can't do this. Do your closing comments.
Well,
I can't.
My closing comments is that the time... 13th hour is almost done, folks. Next week, we're going to be talking about Jodie Whittaker. It's going to be Goodbye, Jodie Whittaker will be the episode. But yeah, just from me, just because things are coming to an end does not mean that they can start again. And you are my friend. Thank you. That was a little poem there from Crispy Pro.
Just because things are coming to an end does not mean they can start again. That means that, it won't start again?
Oh, it will. But not the way you were expecting.
All right, Colin Baker. Oh no, Paul McGann. Paul McGann. Paul McGann.
I was gonna say
No,
Paul
Paul
McGann. I was
McGann.
like-
Paul McGann. Ah, my brain. My brain.
End the episode, Troy. End the episode. Tease next
so we
week.
will see
Make
you
people
all. Thank you
subscribe
very
to the
much for
socials.
listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for voting in our polls and commenting. This is the end of Who's There Doc 2 podcast, but the moment's been prepared for. We're joking. We'll
Nice.
see you all next Saturday with episode 30 of the show, where we're going to reflect on the entire Jodie Whittaker era as we say goodbye, Jodie Whittaker. So until then, thank you all very much for listening and watching. We will see you all next week with that. And just wrap it up there. Very blunt ending.
Yeah.
Just cut it off there.
That's fine.
That's fine.
All right, I'm
End
out.
it there.
See you.
Yeah, all right, see you later.
you,
All right,
mate.
everyone. So he's walking off, which means he's not going to be in the outro this time, so I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to cut it off just as he gets back. So, Alan Z, everyone, and we'll see you all next Saturday.
baby.